Hello everybody! It's time for another makeover, and this week we got some good stuff. One of the things I love most about Amy Howard is that she loves to keep old techniques alive. You really have to admire that, because if we lose these, they're gone forever. This week I'm going to show you how to get that chippy look, the real deal, not the fake way. These older techniques require more work than usual, but it's well worth it. If you're like me, then you want that authentic chippy look, and I'm going to show you how to get it. I started with this piece of furniture that can be anything. TV stand, credenza, cabinet, an island, I don't even know. Everybody calls it differently. It has a stone top, which we will be painting over. We're starting with clean slate to prep the furniture. And definitely removing those. They make this look way too outdated. I'm keeping this beautiful hardware, but I have to remove it because we're going to go leave it later. Once everything is clean and prepped, you are ready to paint. I'm using Selznick Gray by Amy Howard. I have to say that Amy Howard paint bonded great with the stone. I used 2 coats for solid coverage and let that dry completely. I wanted that green color gone, like go away, I don't want to see you. So 2 coats for solid coverage. Now it's time for some milk paint. I'm using Toscana milk paint by Amy Howard. One thing I have to say, this performs like a real milk paint. Most of the new milk paint on the market have that chalky feel to them. Real milk paint is nothing like chalky finish. And for this look, you need a real deal. You can add more powder to make it thicker, but it should never feel as thick as chalk paint. Also, if you don't want bubbles on your furniture, you are going to need to remove them from the paint. This is a premium 2.5-inch brush and I love them. Milk paint is going to be much more watery than you are probably used to. I was just catching the drips with my brush as best as I could. If there is drips in the end that you don't want, you can also sand them. On the top it's much easier to control, as you can see. Here is what it looked wet. And here is what it looked like dry. I let it dry and added a second coat. The paint will settle at the bottom from sitting there, so make sure you stir it good. Toscana milk paint looks completely different when it's wet and when it's dry. So don't panic if you start applying your coats and it looks like nothing is happening. Believe me, something is happening. We're going to need 2 coats of milk paint and let that completely dry before we move to another step. So completely dry. Leave it overnight if you have to. Now we will start creating the look by removing the paint with a dipping glaze. You will need a sea sponge and 2 cups for this, one for the glaze and one to drain the sponge. You want to start by absorbing some glaze with your sponge. Now just tap it everywhere you want to remove the paint. When you feel the sponge is getting drier and harder to work with, you want to rinse it and drain it. Then grab some glaze and continue on. It's going to look very different when it dries. I'll speed it up with a blow dryer. I felt like I grabbed a little too much here, so I added some milk paint back on. And now you continue on with the same process with as much or as little as you want. It's all up to you. The end result is really cool and you can be done right here because it will look great. I kept trying to figure out this look for such a long time and now I finally know how to do it. I wanted to add some more edge to this, so I decided to add some brown wax. You always want to start with clear wax when you're working with a colored wax. Then you can add your brown wax. How much of this you use is really personal preference. I like to use a detail brush to get into those lines I want to highlight. And I also like to add more to the corners and edges. Now I repeated this process on the entire piece. When I took a step back to look at it, I thought I needed to tone everything down. I liked where this was going, but maybe I did it too much. Maybe I went all the way. So I mixed a small amount of milk paint together so I can go over it and tone it down. It's a very light coat over everything. You can see how much of a difference that makes when it dries. I love it. I told you, I just needed one thing to tie everything together. Usually there is always one thing that you're missing. And then a final coat of clear wax to seal in the milk paint. And for my final step, some gold leaf for the hardware. Oh, did you think I was not going to add gold to something or somewhere? You thought I'm just gonna go without gold? It's pretty easy to use, just add some gilding size wherever you want your gold leaf to stick. I love gold leaf because you can give it that old world gold feel. And I added some clear and brown wax for that extra aging, because I wanted my gold to be aged as well. This process does have a lot of steps, but it's totally worth to me. And you know how they say, good things take time. So, here it is. I really had so much fun playing with milk paint, creating layers and chippy look, and transforming this piece of furniture that nobody can recognize now, right? I don't think so. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next Friday with new project and more ideas. Bye guys! Bye guys! There is things flying in the air. I can't. Oh my goodness.